This is our final day in Greece. We're actually only here for a couple of hours. Then we gotta hit the airport. So right now we're trying to grab some grub, and then we'll be heading back to Egypt. So this is a beautiful omelet. Now my question is, if we're in Greece, why is it a Greek omelet? Wouldn't it just be an omelet? Food for thought. So that was the Yard All Day. Good breakfast place for omelets and cappuccinos. So one of the things that we will say is, for service, they don't actually bug you like they do in America, where they constantly asking you how you doing, do you need anything?
Well, your face is full of food.
Exactly. So it's one thing to note that because they're not in a rush like Americans are most of the time, they will give you the time to just sit there and relax. So anytime you need anything, you kind of have to go and ask them, hey, you know, can I have this, can I have that, including the check. That you always have to ask for the check. We've never seen them come up and say, you know, here's your check. So that's something to think about. So checkout was at 11. So now we have all our 4 days worth of luggage that we're now having to travel with to the next temple of Zeus.
Olympian Zeus.
Olympian Zeus. That's where we're going. This is the outside. And I'm assuming all those are tourists that are about to go in. This is the entrance. Just walking in, and you can see the Parthenon in the background. This would be the Roman baths. Looks like they had some plumbing. So apparently they're doing a lot of repairs on a lot of these structures. Just the Parthenon here, a couple other places we've seen. A lot of scaffolding, so they must be doing repairs. Now if it lasted thousands of years, can't last a couple more hundred? I guess to ensure that they don't fall on anybody. So that's the before. That's the middle. That's the after. At least that's assuming that that's what they're doing. So what's very interesting, just like when we went to the museum and you saw glass above the ruins, we've actually seen that throughout the city. So on sidewalks, inside businesses, I guess if there's ruins underneath, they'll put glass on it, but they'll still live their day like normal. They'll still have the sidewalk, but they'll just put glass over the ruins, I guess, to mark and to know where they are. I think it's kind of cool that you're just walking around and all of a sudden you're stepping over glass, looking at ruins underneath you. We do recommend that if you are coming here, the Acropolis Executive Suites. It is technically a hotel, but it's treated more like an Airbnb. The location for it was amazing. Everywhere you went, as soon as you came out, you were within walking distance of everything, including this. So if you are coming to Greece, Acropolis Executive Suites is definitely a good recommendation. That's a good view. You have this with that in the background. We still don't know what that is. I don't think we're going to be able to make it since we only have about 5 more hours here, but we are going to go to the ruins of the modern Olympic Games, where they held their first modern Olympic Games. I don't know what the difference is, but we're gonna go there after this. So what I'm assuming they're doing for the scaffolding, besides light repair on the pillars, I think primarily it's for the top. They're reinforcing it so it doesn't fall. I don't know if you can see it, but you can see a huge crack, like it's about to fall. So they're reinforcing that just to keep it somewhat together. But unfortunately, we picked a bad time, so hopefully if you come here, all the scaffolding will be done and you'll have a better picture with that in the background. So this would be a classical house, but it's a good sized house. House of this size in the American market would probably go for about $200,000. All right, we're off to the first Olympic Stadium. So here we are, where they held the first Olympics, the first modern Olympics. So I'm assuming that was not modern. This is where it started for being modern. And I'm not sure if you can see it, but yeah, let's see. We're gonna go check it out right now. So it's 10 euros to get in. Not 100% sure it's worth 10 euros, but when in Greece, wow. Oh, that's cool. I definitely want to stand on the thing. And they have the Olympic. I mean, this is a really nice setup.
Yeah, you can go inside, and that line right over there is the difference between paying.
Yeah. All the tourists that are still stuck out there, they didn't want to pay 10 bucks. 10 euros.
I believe you can go inside somewhere.
Yeah, you can. It looks like you can go up there.
Yeah.
So it looks like it was primarily track and field, maybe long jump. I don't know if they had high jump back then, but
Another fun fact, this is the only Olympic arena that is fully made out of marble.
yes, that's why it's lasted so long. All the seats, everything around it, all marble. If you build it right, it will last. So there's you can sign the guest book. So obviously we're doing the CJ Travel 716, and then just happened to see this.
Mark and Cindy were here yesterday from Western New York.
There we go. Now the only thing that they forgot to put in is go Bills, just like us. Hashtag Bills Mafia. There we go. Two in the same side. So these steps are definitely larger than a normal step. And yeah, this is quite massive. But at least you get to go up it and sit on it. Yeah, yes, this marble is definitely awesome. So I wonder who won back then and what events they did. If you know, comment down below. I don't remember necessarily learning about this in school, but now I'm really interested. Of course, child. That's one. This is the one place you want to exercise.
No, thank you.
I would do that if I was, 20 years younger. Exactly. You can actually go inside too. Tunnel of Fate. Oh, that's actually really cool. Here's where you take all your Instagram photos. Do you know where this leads?
No idea.
No idea. Let's go up. Ha ha! I specifically kept €2 for these stupid machines. Stupid machine, I put in 2, then it still asks for 1, so I put in a €2. It gave me the coin, but now the next person gets it for €1. At least that's a cool coin though. That's where we are. This is where the next Olympic will be. Paris 2024. We were in Paris last year to start off our YouTube channel. Atlanta, 1996. I think that's the last time we had it. 96? St. Louis.
Oh, that's a World Fair.
Oh, World's Fair. Oh, the torches. I didn't even realize that. Oh, let me see the US one. Yeah, the 96 I think was the last time we had it. That's a really cool one though.
Montreal.
Mexico. Now, they had cameras back then, or is this? It looks like a picture. What does that say? Marble seats. Yeah, that looks like the picture. Wow. And then this is one of the torches where they actually, the altar, where they light the torches. Los Angeles, California, 1932. The last time they had it in Paris? The Great Stadium. So that was going inside. You go up, look at all the posters and everything. They have a small little store where you can get copies of the posters. And then you walk back down. So I guess we know where the royals sat. The first row, always most expensive and the best seats because they're the only ones with a back.
And they're curved.
And they're curved. Yeah, all the other ones, not so much. Just to give you a scale of how steep these stairs are. $2,500 plus years old, and this is still in great condition. And I'm eating some pistachios from the island of Pistachio. Don't worry, I'm not littering, I'm putting them in the empty bottle. Nice place to relax before we have to go to the airport. This is like the Rocky Steps in Philadelphia, where if you go there, you're going to have to run up the steps like Rocky. Here, everybody has been running because that's what you do. Oh, here we go. So I just realized that they're numbered, but regular numbers, not Roman numbers, which is weird. And I also noticed that all the seats are also individually numbered. So all of that must actually have been done afterwards because they probably use this still. So we made it to the airport. We try to get here about 4 or 5 hours early because we have this priority pass. If you don't know anything about it, it gets you in the lounges. For this, the lowest subscription is $100 per year, and then every time you use it per person, it's about $32. The only problem is we got here early and we can't get in to be able to use it. They only let us in 2.5 hours before, which kind of makes it a waste, paying $32 just for less than 2.5 hours. So the only time it's really useful is if you have a layover that's probably over 3 hours. They only allow you about 3 hours at a time anyways, but we try to, sometimes you can squeeze in 4. We've definitely squeezed in 4. But this is starting not to be as useful as I originally hoped. Something to think about. All right, we're on our way back to Egypt. When we get there, I'm going to tell you how hot it's going to be. It's going to be fun. So we're leaving Greece, and it's about 74, 75 degrees. We'll see you in Egypt. And we're in Cairo. And the jet engine is still moving and letting people out. I don't know if that's safe. Now we take a bus. So we're back in Egypt, Cairo, right across from the pyramids, and we're finishing off the day now. It's about 11:30-ish p.m. We did set up two little excursions for the next 2 days that we're here. Where are you? Okay. And we just really wanted to quickly, coming from Greece to Cairo, the one thing that I did want to say is it's interesting because our flight was about 90 minutes, but yet somehow they gave us a meal. And it seems like that's kind of the norm when you're flying international, that whether it's a 10-hour, 11-hour flight or whether it's 90 minutes, they give you at least one meal, which I think is kind of cool. Headphones for the TV and stuff that you get to keep if you want. But the biggest problem that we had is getting back in to Cairo. We bought a $25 visa that is technically supposed to be good for 180 days, and you're supposed to be able to use it multiple times. We asked one of the security guards if we needed one or if the one that we had was okay, and he's like, no, that's good. But sure enough, as soon as we get to the checkpoint to immigrations, he's like, nope, you need another one. You need to pay another $25. Go pay another $50 for the two of you, and then come back. And then he just stamped it and let us go. So that was and then for some odd reason, they immigration checks your passport. Who else checks your
There's a security guard after immigration.
There's a security guard after immigration.
Immediately after.
Yes. And then there's another security guard as you leave, which you actually have to get your bags x-rayed to leave, which just delays the whole process even more. Luckily, we kind of knew what we were doing this time around, so going to get the Uber at B5 is where all the Ubers pick you up, and taxis know this because they're there waiting for you, saying, "Oh, I'll give you a better price, whatever." They kind of hound you a little. One of the things I guess that you can get from this video is if you're coming here, you might actually want to stay in New Cairo. It's about 30 minutes from the actual pyramids, but it's like a $6 Uber, $6 US Uber ride to come to the pyramids. And at least there, it looks like all the streets are well lit, they're paved, and it actually is cleaner. I didn't realize it because, like I said, we weren't paying attention when we came in, but like 40 minutes out, like you can see the buildings clearly. It's like clear air, but as soon as you start getting into Old Cairo, all of a sudden it's like a haze of like pollution, like because of the tuk-tuks or the old cars or whatever. There's actually a haze that you can actually smell the exhaust that is not there in New Cairo. So I guess that's one of the things. Stay in New Cairo, take a 30-minute taxi, Uber, $6 to actually come to the pyramids, instead of actually staying in Old Cairo and not being able to really walk around. So anything else that I missed?
And with that, and one of the other reasons why you should probably stay in New Cairo is, even though we are across from the pyramids, it is so hot outside that we are walking distance, but even just to walk there and then have to go walking around the pyramids is a lot. So you're just better off, going and staying in New Cairo, because here you're probably going to end up taking an Uber to go to the pyramids anyways, and we're right across the street.
Exactly. So we left Greece earlier this afternoon, and it was 75 degrees for the next 3 days that we're here. It's going to be 100 degrees. So, yeah. Pool day tomorrow, since we haven't been to the pool, and that was one of the reasons we got this hotel. So pool day tomorrow. We're going to go on the Nile tomorrow. And then finally, we're going to check out the Sphinx again on Saturday.
Yes.
Stay tuned. Please like that button. We're trying to, and subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers. So share the video for anybody that might be coming to Cairo or thinking about coming to Cairo. Tell them to watch our videos so at least they have an idea of what to expect. Other than that, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.